a soldier sees a nun and runs up to her and says, "Can I hide under your skirt? I'll explain later." Then shortly, two officers run up to her and says, "Did you see a soldier run this way?" She says, "No, but I think he ran that way." Then when they leave, the soldier crawls from her skirt and says, "Thank you so much. I'm trying to hide from going to Iraq." By the way, you got a nice pair of legs. Gee, thanks. But if you looked a little higher, you see that I got a nice pair of balls too. You see, I don't want to go to Iraq either. Good night. So 3 nuns die and they go to heaven. And when they go to heaven, they meet St. Peter. What a name, St. Peter. So he says to the 3 of them, "In order for the 3 of you to go through the pearly gates, I have 3 questions, one for each of you." So he asked the first nun, "Who was the first woman in the whole planet, in the whole world?" She says, "I think it was Eve." Boom. The gates swing wide open. She goes prancing in. So the second one's turn, St. Peter asks, "Do you know where she came from?" She says, "The Garden of Eden?" Boom. The pearly gates open and she goes prancing in. So the third one, St. Peter says, "Now you're the Mother Superior. This should be really easy for you." What was the first thing that Eve said to Adam when she first saw him? I don't know, that's a pretty hard one. Boom, the gates open and she goes prancing in. Can anybody tell me why nuns never wear bras? Because God supports everything. So this drunk man is walking through the streets, and he comes up on this nun just walking home, back to the convent. He's drunk out of his mind, and then he starts to beat her up and kick her and punch her. What a horrible thing. Then when he's finished, he looks at her and says, "I'm so disappointed in you, Batman." So these 2 nuns are riding their bicycles. When they come to a fork in the road, they both go their separate ways. Bad mistake. So when the younger one gets home, she sees that the older nun got there first, and she says to her, "Boy, I never came that way before." The older nun says, "It must be the cobblestones." You know, I think a priest can really kiss a nun. I don't see nothing wrong with it. As long as he doesn't get into the habit. Can anyone tell me the difference between a good nun and a bad nun? A good nun will say, "Amen." But a bad nun will say, "Amen." Someone once told me that a sleepwalking nun is actually a Roman Catholic. Can anybody tell me why nuns have more clothes than everybody else? Because their clothes are mass produced. I was at a nightclub one night dancing with my girlfriends, and there was a nun on the dance floor. My friend leaned over and said, "Stephanie, that's one twisted sister." Now we all know that there are different levels of nun. Can anybody tell me the order that they're in? It's either top nun, chief nun, or is it none of the above? It's one of those. I once knew a nun that served alcohol when she lived in a convent. Yep. She was the best bartender, bar none. So anyways, I'm walking down the street. It was dawn, and I saw a nun, and we became very friendly. And I asked her a question: "Do you feel safe walking by yourself in these streets at this time of day?" She looked at me and she says, "No, I feel safe. I carry nunchucks." So I saw my favorite priest walking out of the church one night, and I said to him, "Father Tosti, why are you so disappointed?" He said, "I spent the night at the convent and I didn't get none." So Mother Superior called a very large meeting at the convent, and every nun had to go. Not to the bathroom. So she said, "We have a large case of the gonorrhea in the convent, and that's a problem." And one another jumped up and said, "Thank God, I'm tired of the Chardonnay." So two girls at a convent, and one whispers to the other, "There's a condom hiding behind the radiator." The other girl says, "What's a radiator?" So if you guys enjoy my daily comedy, short jokes, long jokes, reality jokes, hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that bell to get my new uploads on a daily basis. Thank you very much.